Strap Season, where I document the journey of boxing's top contenders and also the title holders, soldiers on a mission to protect the crown at all costs. Happy 2024. Thanks for your support. You're now watching Strap Season, the series, episode 18. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. The Big Fish, Errol Spence Jr., who has been relatively quiet lately. A few days ago, he posted online, "I'm back," and the boxing world's anticipation for the rematch leveled up a notch. In a few recent photos, he seemed to be in good shape and in good spirits. The rematch in the making, this spring. Spence seeks to avenge his loss to Terrence Crawford. Respect to Terrence Crawford on his victory and his illustrious career. Crawford gets better with time. He seems to get more stamina and hit harder as he ages. What an athlete. Spence has to double his efforts in training, physically and mentally. Leave no stone unturned if he wants to perform much better and at a higher level in the rematch. He also has to be a lot smarter. World-renowned nutritionist Victor Conte spoke on Errol Spence Jr. a few days ago. He says Spence made a terrible mistake while preparing for Crawford. Spence ran an 8,000-mile Mount Charleston in Nevada the week of the fight, which could have caused altitude sickness. He says it should not have been done without acclimation, as it takes days to recover from the 5-mile grueling run. Stupid mistake, he says, and it's definitely going to hamper your performance. Many people noticed Spence looked drained, dazed, and weak before the fight even started. Something was off. Speaking of Victor Conte, let's take a look into his past. Victor Conte Jr., born 1950 in Fresno, California. He's founder and president of Bay Area Laboratory Cooperative, aka Balco. Balco was a sports nutrition center in California, and Conte is a world-renowned nutritionist. In the early 2000s, there was the Balco scandal.
Crime doesn't pay unless you're Victor Conte.
His car is ballpark out the door about a little over 190.
1 year after serving time for selling steroids, Conte has a new Bentley and a multi-million-dollar sports supplement business. Inside the office formerly known as Balco, Conte shows off his many famous clients, some accused of using steroids.
Conte and his company were investigated for supplying undetectable designer steroids, creams, and other supplements to high-level athletes around the world. Jason Giambi, Bill Romanowski, Marion Jones, and Barry Bonds were reportedly linked to Balco, just to name a few. Conte was arrested on 42 charges and faced a maximum prison time of 30 years. He later pled guilty to 2 of the charges, which were conspiracy to distribute steroids and money laundering, in which he received 4 months in prison and 4 months home confinement. He began serving prison time in 2005. Balco is now defunct. In 2011, Conte started a new company, Scientific Nutrition for Advanced Conditioning, aka SNAC. He supplies nutritional supplements and also provides boxing and sports training. Victor Conte has changed the world of sports forever. ESPN magazine ranked him as the #1 pioneer in sports scientist. He has worked with world-class athletes for more than 3 decades. His client list is long. At the time of this video, he reportedly has ties to Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford, as well as many others. Which leads us to the fight between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Many have stated that Crawford seemed to be punching with extreme power. His muscle tone was well defined, far beyond his normal muscle tone. We all know Crawford is a gym rat. He puts in hours upon hours of training in the gym. It seemed to be one of Crawford's easiest fights, which leads us to a question. Was Spence battling Victor Conte's shadow presence, lurking in the corners of the Crawford's training camp? Or was Crawford's ring IQ and superior boxing skills just too much for Spence to handle? Anyone with a non-biased eye can see that Crawford elevated his level before the Spence fight, as Spence seemed to not be his normal self. Terrence is extremely talented and well schooled by his team. And yes, I do feel he's like the #1 pound for pound. Take that away from him. But that version of Spence wouldn't be Danny Garcia or Sean Porter, in my opinion. I'm no conspiracy theorist, but these questions need to be answered. I think these questions are fair. Quote from Devin Haney: Victor Conte is a mad scientist, and this is the guy that Terrence Crawford has seeked out. And these are facts. This isn't to take away from the beast that Terrence Crawford is, but if Spence was hanging around with Victor Conte, with his reputation and capabilities, the Crawford faithful would never relent in calling Spence a cheater. Knowing what we know now about the situation, it says a lot about Spence. A lot about the toughness. A lot about the toughness. Proves that he's tough. Proves that he's built to last. And built to last. He was able to get off the canvas. Able to get off the canvas time and time again. Spence has been through a lot. He states that he's made enough money and he doesn't need to box ever again. But he's back for the love of the sport and to battle Terrence Crawford again. No fight date yet. Spence is coming off of a cataract eye surgery, which he says is long overdue. He says Crawford hit him with some hooks that he didn't even see. But now he's fully focused and ready to dedicate himself. He states that he wasn't living the life that he should have been living. He says he wasn't working hard enough to stay at the top of his game. Spence says you can kill that retirement talk. He's ready to put in the hard work. He's already in good shape, decent weight. So training camp should be great. Crawford fans don't hesitate to hit the comment section with some dumb shit. Spence fans stand up. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel.